just going to record a quick demonstration. We're going to show you how to use Microsoft Word to do a mail merge. So what I've done, I've got a folder set up here now that I've found the right one, and I've got two files sitting in it that I want to show you. Now, a mail merge, if we think about it from definition, a mail merge is simply where we have a list, typically a list of people's names and addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, that sort of data. It could include a whole heap of other data about the person as well. And we have that as a database or a data file that we're accessing that tells us information about the person. Now, combined with that, you'll see typically we'll have what you call a form letter, or just a stock standard letter that has the basic message that you want to give to everybody, but what you would like to do is go back and personalise it for each person. So what we're going to do is show you how you can take this stock standard letter here, and then you can go ahead and actually customise this to go to every single person uniquely to that person. So these are my two files. So this one here is just, first name, last name, address, town, postcode, year, first name. I'm going to show you how to change this one. Okay, step number one. Now that I know where my contacts are stored, I'm just going to go and check that I understand where that is, given that I just lost them. It's under My Documents Mail Merge, so remind me about that if I get lost. Quite on the cards, as you well know. And I'll put that one aside for now. So here I am in my Word document. So what I want to do is create this whole mail merge document. So I've opened up my form letter, and I'm going to go to the Mailings tab at the top up here, the menu. It's called Mailings, and it's going to guide me through the process, and it does a pretty good job on it. So I'm going to choose here, Start the Mail Merge. And it's saying, well, what sort of mail merge do you want? Do you want letters? Do you want email messages, envelopes, labels? What would you like? In this case, it's just a letter, so I'm going to choose that option. Now, that's the first step done. Now, you keep moving across the screen. So I'm going to go now to Select Recipients. So when I go to Select Recipients, I could type in a new list of people's names and addresses. You would very rarely do that. You typically would already have those details on file ready to go. So it's use an existing list, and now this is the bit where you go and find your list. So now I'm under my documents, and I had it set up here, and somebody remind me, what did I call it? It was mail merge or something, I think, wasn't it? So where is it? Don't tell me I've lost my files again, that would be a disaster because everybody would laugh at me. My Documents and Mail Merge. Let's just do a quick search for Mail Merge. Otherwise everybody will tease me and give me a hard time. There it is. Here's my Mail Merge folder right there. So here's my file. So here's my data file that's set up ready to go. So I'm going to double click on that one. Now it's going to guide me through the process. So this very first stage is saying, okay, well hang on. There's this file, but there's multiple worksheets on that file. So which of the worksheets has the data that you want? Now, that's why I opened it up first and had a look at it. It's actually sheet number 1. So I'm going to choose that. I'm going to go OK. So even though you're thinking, look, nothing's happened, what are you talking about, George? It has actually done something in the background. It's created this link. Now see here it says edit the recipient list. When I choose that now, can you now see that I've actually got everybody's names and all their details available to me? In fact, if I wanted to, I could go through and tick the people that I wanted to send a message to. So I don't have to send it to everybody, do I? I could be quite selective about that. So that bit's done. So I'm just going to go OK. So now the next step over here is inserting these merge fields, this one just here. So it says Dear First Name. If I highlight that and insert a merge field and choose First Name, that will now be Dear Tom, Dear Mary, whatever. Now see up here it says First Name. I'm going to highlight that, insert merge field First Name, putting a space, now Last Name, last name, address line number 1, I'm just going to put that in. Now look, it's purely coincidental that it's called address line 2. It could be called anything here, it could be even blank. I'm just choosing what do I want to appear and where. And town, I'll get rid of that, I want that to be town. 2 spaces, and then postcode. There we go. So I'm coming along pretty well. So all I'm doing is using this insert merge field to select the parts of the letter, the parts of the spreadsheet that has the data I want. So let's go and have a look what we've achieved. So it says preview results over here. If I choose that option, it now says Dear Tom, and it's got Tom Smith, Eagles Nest, 56 Tom Street, Young. If I go to my next recipient, it's now Dear Bill. So can you see what I've done is I'm generating my stock standard letter. And if I can keep going through those, it's putting up the addresses individually from all of them. So creating a mail merge is pretty easy. The question is, variations of this, where would you use this skill? Liz, you've got a question.
I've tried to get a mail thing here. The only address I've got is on my follow. You use email addresses instead of salary format.
Okay, so can I use email addresses? And that actually fits in. Christine's got the question, how do we set up the name list? Now, you can use any set of data. So it could be a spreadsheet, it could be a database, it could be a table in a Word document. You can actually link off to almost anywhere. So you've got it in a text file. So think about it. This is where we combine our skills. If you've got it in a text file, with what you've already learnt in this course, you'd be able to actually go ahead now, convert the text file into a spreadsheet and set it up so it's like a little database to draw data from. And Christine, that's what the answer is for you. How do you set up the name list? If I were you, I'd just use a spreadsheet. It's quick and it's easy. In actual fact, you could use a spreadsheet, use filters in it, so you can then be selective about who it goes to in that spreadsheet. So this is where you start combining together the different skills we've been talking about all the way through.
So you suggest taking the text file email addresses into Excel?
Yep, take the text file, bring it into Excel, and then do your mail merge based on the Excel. Because it's quick and it's easy. It's a nice easy win. So let's take it a step further. Let's go back to our document. Now, I just did this as an example to show you what it could be like. If that was just a standard document that you were going to print out and mail, that's fine. But think about it. If I had a list of people's names and their email addresses, I could do the exact same thing. Take it another step. Think back to the messages that I've sent to you as a class group. Remember, I've sent out emails to you that had, Dear Tom, Dear Mary, you have completed whatever, and your mark was. That's exactly how I did that. I just had a spreadsheet that had your name, your email address, and your marks. And to be honest, I pulled that straight out of our Moodle learning management system. And then I used mail merge to generate an email that went to each of you individually. And that's how you approach it. Now, I can't show you every last detail in this example, but I'm hoping this is enough to get you started for you to experiment with, and then by next week, if you've got some questions, I'm going to show you how you can fine-tune this one. But that's the basis of what mail merge is all about. And again, pretty quick, simple tool. A little bit more preparation needs to go into this one than the others, in that you've got to have your data file set up with all your contact details. But I'll tell you what, this idea of mail merging out to email is a fantastic feature in any business sense, because you think how many times you need to contact a heap of people very quickly. And this will do it for you automatically.
At the moment, how I do is I set up my document in Word or whatever I want to say. Then I go to file where it asks, maybe it does it in this one, to share.
Yep.
Doesn't actually. And it asks you the 3 things in emails, one of the ways to share it.
Yep.
And then it just makes a file for me, attaches it to the email.
Yep.
Then I just highlight all the addresses in the text file. I copy and paste it straight into the address.
Yep. So Liz is just explaining to me, just for people online, so you know, Liz is explaining how she does this already a different way. Try it this way as well. I suspect you'll find this one really quick.
It doesn't individualise it because I also then add a, you know, hello everybody.
Yep.
Here's your newsletter, blah, blah.
Well, this way you get to individualise the letter. So it'll be Dear Tom, Dear Mary, Dear Sue, whatever. It's a nice feature. Now, for everybody that's in the teaching game or any job where you're dealing with large numbers of people, if you just go to the trouble of making sure you set up your contact list, so you've got first name, last name, email address, phone number, think what you could do with that data. You can have customised messages to people as often as you want, and that way everybody gets that personalised treatment, even though it's a stock standard letter. That's the approach. So that's mail merge. So I'm going to stop the recording on that one and we'll take a few questions.